Testing the sound quality of me mode. Supposedly it's okay. There's no need to spin on the adapter unless you need more direct sound. Otherwise, I think audio is probably gonna be okay from the 4 mics on the Insta360. What's up, folks? Mason Ouch was here. The question is, do I absolutely adore my Insta360 X3 360-degree camera? Well, I better. She costs $450, so I'll just get that out the way, just in case someone came here for price. $450 is not cheap for a camera, especially if you have an iPhone or something lower of a standard. That's probably a bit expensive, like it was in my case, but I digress. And there's a little feedback I'd give to sort of the Insta360 folks as well within this, not review, but sort of my summary of my new tech favorite. So how much do I love this new piece of tech? I would call it my new tech best friend, but that's only gonna last for about a week until I get the DJI Mini Pro. So yeah, I'll definitely be reviewing that. You gave me so much, yeah. You changed the course of my life. So what I really like about the camera is that it's small, it has a nice screen, gives you a good image. Of course, once you download and you edit and export things, you'll see that the quality of it is a lot better than the image can sort of provide you details on, but it's still a great camera that allows you to at least be able to see what you're capturing at the moment. So I'll get through the cons first. So there are a lot of accessories that Insta360 would like you to sort of have and use with this device. Unfortunately, they didn't include any of them. Some of them range from $15 to $20, including the Rode 2 USB adapter, along with the Insta stick. But you can pretty much use any selfie stick as long as it's sort of slim and it doesn't sort of protrude out. Yo, it got way too hot in here. So another con is the fact that this camera pretty much shoots at about 1 gigabyte. Another con is that, of course, this camera shooting in 360 degrees does shoot at about 1 gigabyte per minute. So when you get ready to buy your SD card, be sure to consider the fact that you need a larger one. I'd say at least 128 gigabytes or larger, just because if you shoot 2 hours, you're pretty much out of space. And that's with most settings, I've noticed. I think one of the last cons is the fact that this camera, like a lot of other cameras, only records up to 30 minutes. At that point, you'd have to record again. But what that does, I think, it tries to minimize the heat factor that this camera has. It does produce a certain amount of heat, especially in HDR mode. So that's something to consider when you're hitting record over and over. Maybe give the camera a break. You don't want to burn the camera out. It's not new technology, but okay. So the good. This camera shoots 360-degree photos at, there's a blooper coming, 5.7K videos. That's a blooper. Camera features flow state stabilization, whereas though it's one of the most stabilized cameras that I've used, but I will say that it's very steady. That's definitely something that benefits you if you don't have like some type of gyro mechanism. So that's a really good feature. Who was the Insta360 camera really designed for? What demographic of folks were designed to receive and use this camera and perhaps fall in love with it? Folks who have an action camera but maybe don't dig the awkwardness of the square. Folks who want something that can give you sort of drone footage without there being an actual drone used just because of the wide shots. Perhaps folks, like I said earlier, who want a dash cam. It gives you 360 degrees of view that can be manipulated and reviewed at a later time. Who is this camera not designed for? So if you have adverse reactions to tech, if you don't like manipulating photos or pictures with your iPhone or with your smartphone, then perhaps this might not be of greater use for you. Also, if you don't like manipulating items with the phone, you're probably not gonna like the app. It's not as intuitive as the app on the phone, but the computer app does have a little bit more functionality. But once again, if you're roadblocked with using your phone to manipulate your photos and videos, then perhaps the app that's on your computer is not going to be suitable for you. Overall, what can I expect? So obviously 360-degree videos at 5.7K, 72 megapixel 360-degree photos. There's bullet time, there's time shift, there's time lapse, there's me mode. Me mode keeps the center on you regardless of where you put the camera, so it adjusts the view on just you. So if the camera is up, down, to the left, or to your right, it's still going to focus on what it targets or what it perceives as the person holding the 360 camera. Testing the sound quality of me mode. Supposedly it's okay. There's no need to spin on the adapter unless you need more direct sound. Otherwise, I think audio is probably going to be okay from the 4 mics on the Insta360.